We are live. This is the market update. I am your host, Bill Noble. The market update is on the air, up, down, sideways. We just got finished with the member live stream where we went over people's questions and we straightened everybody out. And here's what we can tell you straight up. Whatever money we had, whatever money Unhinged Crypto had is now in the crypto market, right? Pushed all of our chips in, all in, all in. You got to believe. I can't tell you what to do, but I can just tell you what we did. Patreon, middle tier offering. Both groups have versions of the GAN roadmap. Again, they want to crash stocks. They want to talk about the yen carry trade. They want to lose their mind. They want to talk about the Great Depression. We'll go over it in the news. We have our answer. All in. It's like the hokey pokey, everyone puts their, you put the right foot in, you put the right foot out. You put the left foot in, you put the left foot in, and you put the left foot out. Everybody in, everybody out, everybody back in again, and today's everybody out. So if you're going to Bitcoin Vegas, best day to book that is when the market is down. Don't forget to check out LuxAlgo, which is like, Ethereum at the LuxAlgo discount zone. I'm selling Ethereum at $2,000 at the LuxAlgo discount zone with these 5-wave signals that you can get through the Bill Noble indicator. Okay. Again, the YouTube member area, we basically straightened everybody out. So I understand you're upset. I get it. I mean, stuff's down 20%. And it looks like it's going to zero. Exactly. It never trades good at the bottom. There is no reason to buy it at the bottom. None. There's only the bearish thesis. There is zero reason to buy it at a bottom, which is why high-powered money comes in from the Treasury the second everybody leans the wrong way. Seriously. There's no reason to buy it. None, which is why we did. We, Unhinged Crypto. All in. And as a guy I used to work with used to say, one of the guys who first taught me about markets and trading, he said, if I'm wrong, I'll lose money. That's it. And if I'm right, I caught the whole world leaning when no one's thinking about the future of money. We're going to go through all the news. So there's yen carry trade. There's tariff hysteria. What does that really mean? There's State of the Union. There's XRP, right? So if you want to know what we did, it's actually pretty simple, right? You've got lower rates coming. So we'll talk about rates. We'll talk about the yen. We'll talk about stonks. We told you what we thought about stonks in the YouTube member area. We're going to go through all the news, right? All the XRP news. So if there's XRP people out there, man, you better tune into this. And we'll tune in to all the debacle stuff. We'll talk antivirus. The let's call it the John Catalyst is out there. There's a Catalysts. They released merch today. I bought some. Right? Antivirus.ai if you want to chat with John McAfee, especially about some of the stuff that hit crypto Twitter over the last 2 or 3 days. Truly unbelievable. Some of this stuff, not a paid promotion for John and Antivirus and Janet and the project. They launched NFTs, they launched merch, and they're launching purchasing for green plants. And now all we have to do is get the meme and the utility aspect going. And like I said, currency of another influencer and a McAfee meme token of his own. We are now getting public exposure for antivirus. So we're going over everything. Charts, DeMark, LuxAlgo, all of it. Don't go anywhere. If you need a roadmap in crypto, subscribe to this channel. Turn on alerts so you know when we're going live. And if the content works for you, make sure you hit the like button. Okay, let's see who's here. Who are the brave people who are here? We have Bull Runner, Randall Dance, welcome. Baby Whale, Grandpa Keeter, Farmer Sam Forrest, Felix, forget about it. The Great Santini, a new member banging away with those emojis. We have Yoao. We have Mr. Lopez coming to us from Portugal. Sir, we appreciate you sincerely. Bob Martin. Gary Gensler is back at MIT. And I'm not sure people are getting notifications. Felix thinks this is the new bear market. Yappy, the water guy, is here. Welcome. Baby Whale, the original Solana Moonboy. Bull Runner giving Eagle King, the best producer in the business, some love. I don't know if I'm in timeout, but people have not been getting notifications. We will see. We're doing the show anyway. No one keeps the market update off the air. Matter of fact, the worse it is, the more likely it is you are to see the market update when no one knows what to say. We say something, that is our brand. Okay. So the yen is like sugar. The lower the price of sugar, the cheaper it is to borrow sugar, the better stonks and risk assets too. And the yen, again, is like sugar. If the price of sugar rises and interest rates on sugar rises, people freak out, right? It hurts what's called the sugar carry trade, which means people buy sugar, eat the sugar, get a sugar high on their stocks and even their crypto. And, sugar has been getting more expensive. The yen has been falling. I'm sorry, the yen has been rising, but the dollar is falling. And this is a reminder of what happened a year ago. And most hedge funds thinks that this is, the end of the world. Okay. It's causing a problem in stonks. We view that as temporary, right? We view that as temporary. And even if it's not temporary, we absolutely do not believe that this should destroy crypto, because crypto czar David Sachs says the White House is supporting the congressional effort to get rid of the DeFi rule. Okay. And BlackRock reminds you, this is breaking news from the Eagle King, that if every millionaire in the U.S. asked their financial advisor to get them one Bitcoin, there wouldn't be enough. So Bitcoin supply shock upcoming, yet we're talking about the yen. Obviously, this is the YouTube member area. We have the latest portfolio stream today, what to do, when to do it, talking about the Made in America cryptos, layer 2s. GAN roadmap is there. If you don't know what to do and you're out of your mind, please pay us a visit. Okay. So, oh my God, yen carry trade. This is the oh my God list. Oh my God, yen carry trade. Old news. 3-4 days tops. Total crypto market cap dropped by 10%. That was yesterday. 12% to 2.86 trillion. President Trump announcing 25% tariffs on Mexico and Canada. Okay. So just briefly, why would he do that? Well, I mean, stuff's coming over the border, right? Bad people and bad substances. So he's like, you know what? Anytime you guys like to get your act together, I'd appreciate that. And we're not asking you. We're telling you. That's it. It's national security. Everyone's acting like it's the end of the world. You're going to have issues with maple syrup and whiskey, and Trump is not playing around. I probably can't even say that on the air. Certain people are getting shut off for talking about various administrative figures. So I'm not going to say it right now. Tariffs in the economics textbook are not necessarily a good thing. We have a slide on that. In my view, this is about national security. In my view, people are freaking out and selling crypto on this, and this is an algorithmic trick. The algorithms see tariffs, they sell. Everybody on crypto Twitter wraps some kind of narrative around it. Correlation is not causation. Everyone loses their mind when they should be focused on the future of money. The stock market has officially erased all of its post-election gains. Okay. Well, it was overvalued to begin with, and welcome to the world, because it's already happened in crypto. It's already happened in crypto, right? That's it. Fed fund futures rally. Gee, interest rates are too high. So people are starting to bet through something called Fed funds futures that interest rates will come down. So rates down, futures up. People are betting that rates are too high and it's got to come down. Really? Wow. So every job number for the last 18 months is fake. And corporations and governments are just letting people go in 4 and 5 digit increments. 5, 10,000. It's a disaster. The labor market. You got the labor market and you got the housing market. The labor market. Use your job. Turn your keys into the bank. The bank is forced to sell your house. Who's going to buy your house? No one. So the bank has to mark it down. And then the Fed is putting high-powered money in the system and cutting rates. Right? they saved the rate cuts for a problem. Here it comes. Here it comes. Right? You start laying people off. The government's doing it. Everyone's doing it. Rates are going lower and everyone's selling Bitcoin. Like seriously, everyone's selling. Here's Andrew. Buy Bitcoin in a declining interest rate environment. Best it wouldn't be more direct about where rates are headed. Lower rates, higher Bitcoin. Okay. Now, U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says we're set on bringing rates down. Goldman said yesterday that there's a mild chance of a recession, and that means watch out for high-powered money. The Treasury can put high-powered money in the system. So the Treasury is going to let the market sell, let everything dump. Trump's going to hit the tape tonight, and within 48 hours, I think you're going to see high-powered money. Period. Now, look at this. The Great Depression is trending on Twitter. So, federal government has always been responsible for initiating and extending the Great Depression. That's true. Every recession that you can think of can be tied back to some government policy. So, in other words, every time government gets involved in economics, they make a mistake, right? Like tariffs are happening for national security reasons, but that doesn't mean that they make sense. Matter of fact, if you read an economics textbook, it doesn't. So we have governments openly screwing up on economics, and everyone is selling the alternative, which is crypto and Web3. Web3 is down 20% today. This is insane and crazy, right? And of course, if they're talking about the Great Depression, you should go the other way. Like the dawn of crypto and Web3. Like I said, it's like we pushed everything we had in. It's very simple what we pushed it in at, but we pushed everything in. Citadel Millennium lost money in February. So if you lost money, you have company with the biggest hedge funds in the business. Okay. And a lot of times when big hedge funds lose money, they start panicking and they start liquidating, which I think is what you're seeing now. You're seeing an unwind of a momentum trade in stocks. And of course, that creates short-term pain, but I think that creates a massive opportunity for Bitcoin and any related cryptocurrency that mimics gold or will be in a strategic reserve as money or in the sovereign wealth fund as money, right? New forms of money, all in. I mean, they're screwing it up real time. $1 billion liquidated in 24 hours. So degens continue to get levered and they continue to get liquidated. Binance, all these exchanges, you're just making them rich. You're making them rich. They create the narrative around the liquidations. Everybody gets negative, and BlackRock and all these big players. It's the same thing I was saying 3 days ago. The only thing is you had this wild pump and then they brought it back down again. The wild pump serves as a reminder, obviously watch out for the trading predators because they're making a lot of money in this market, but the orange man is still not kidding around about what he's doing. The North Korean hackers are being celebrated for creating North Korea's Bitcoin strategic reserve. We'll go over that. I can't wait to see what the orange man has to say about communist hackers. Yeah, making anybody who wants crypto look bad. I can't wait to hear what he says about that. Hopefully he does. Right? I mean, they can't grow their way out. Government spending down. That's a drag on the economy. Tariffs, a drag on the economy. AI, not clear where the employment growth in AI is. So they got to grow digital assets. Brad Garlinghouse, we'll go over it later. He's going to the crypto summit. Of course he is. He's got a company with 1,000 people and they got to 10x the employees. As a matter of fact, they got to have Crypto City. Now, does anyone care about that right now? No, because everybody's selling based on a universally bearish narrative. Like it's all bearish at the bottom. Like there's nothing good happening at the bottom. If your coin's down 20% and you're losing your mind, and I don't blame you, right? I don't blame you, right? Solana up at 180 and then Solana back down to I don't know what it is now, 130. We'll go over it. Of course, I'd be panicking too. But they're purging all the excess out of the market, and there's no bullish story except for the fact that governments, corporations, and individuals need to own alternative forms of money, period. And of course, that's been forgotten. So Mario Newfall, who took money from Janice McAfee, shameless, right? This word, right, and manufacturing jobs. Like I said, these tariffs occurring for national security reasons. You're not listening to us about what goes on at our borders, so welcome to it. I think the larger point that you can make about what's going on with these tariffs with Canada and Mexico is that we're making a point. Okay. You're going to stop bad people and bad substances from coming into the United States. You know how many people we got passing away in the United States from bad substances? I can't say it. I can't say the word, right? It starts with an F, but we're done, right? People are dying. It's the primary job of government to protect the people. Now, tariffs are still not a good thing, but people are dying from these substances. So if they're not paying attention, they are now. They are now. So the Chinese filed a lawsuit with the World Trade Organization over tariffs. Yeah. Okay. So get in line behind the people who have been suing the Orange Man. They've been suing him for 8 years. You think he cares? No, he doesn't care. He doesn't. These guys have been getting chips illegally for DeepSeek. They want to disrupt the United States. They want to disrupt our AI industry. Okay. Again, the Orange Man, he's kidding around, right? He's 78 years old. They tried to run him off the planet Earth, and he's kidding, right? No, he's not kidding it at all. But the market doesn't care about that today. All the market cares about is that, their bags went up and their bags went down, and they're panicking. And I understand that. It's human nature to panic. It's also human nature to say, you know what? I'm not doing this. Like, where is the cyberpunk rebelliousness in crypto? The North Koreans have it. The North Koreans are more cyberpunk than we are. What does that say? What's that say about what should really be happening here? Okay, so retaliatory tariffs from China. Again, tariffs, generally speaking, not good. Canadian Prime Minister Trudeau says retaliatory tariffs start tomorrow. Good luck with that. Trudeau says Trump wants to destroy Canadian economy and annex Canada. No, actually, Trudeau, we just want you. Do you know what these guys have done? The way Trudeau has treated his people? We are done with these kind of characters who don't care about humanity. Done. And that's what the Orange Man is telling you. And I think crypto is part of what's good for humanity and the U.S. government, who has got to get out of $37 trillion in debt. Okay? All these characters can sit up and pay attention. That's the Orange Man view. Now, is that a good view? I don't know. Okay? Canada hits back, says the British Broadcasting Network. I think they lean pretty far left, don't you think? Now, President Trump halts all aid to underscore. Now, there's two things about this that you need to understand about crypto. Seriously. First of all, whoever's been getting all these hundreds of billions of dollars for this Eastern European thing, it's over. We're not doing it anymore. Get out of the Oval Office. No lunch for you. Get out. We're not doing this anymore. Everything this guy said he was doing, he's doing. I don't know why everybody thinks that's not going to happen in crypto. They got a $37 trillion debt problem. Rates are too high. They can't afford the interest, and they got to get a growth industry. And they're probably screwing up the economy with the tariffs. So not only are they boosting crypto by talking about it or buying it or whatever, but they're having meetings because they got to grow it. And frankly, you have the Eastern European thing. First, you had Elon, and he's disappeared, right? So that was distraction number one. Distraction number two was the Eastern European thing. And then there's a set of documents that the Department of Justice is like double talking its way around. And that's distraction number three. What are they distracting you from? Interest rates and the fact that, you know what? We got $37 trillion problem. They left Trump holding a massive bag on the economy and government spending and our finances. Cannot finance the government at these current interest rates. We cannot. Right? So we need alternative forms of money like we do. They need it, and we do too. Because you got to ask yourself, what are they distracting you from? This was quite the show. No one's asking that question. No one. Like the right's like, oh, yeah, we like this guy. And the left's like, oh, my God, this guy is falling. What are they distracting you from? Rand Paul says retaliatory tariffs lead to lower farm exports, lower bourbon exports, less international shipping. Tariffs are taxes, and if you tax trade, you get less trade and less prosperity. Okay. That is very well said. He just spared you having to read an economics textbook. So if governments go into the economy and they screw up the economy, what do you want? You want something else. You want something else now. Oh, and by the way, it's all down 20% today. Today. You want something else, and they're doing nothing but selling it. when the fundamental value proposition for crypto has never been better because you're getting low rates. Governments on one hand promoting alternative forms of money while creating the case for it by screwing up. They've told you. Okay. Ron Paul was light years ahead while others succumbed to, influences from, people. Dr. Paul never wavered. Okay. This whole thing about, we're not financing overseas activities. We're not enabling crime. We're not doing it. Like the Orange Man today sounds a lot like Ron Paul yesterday. We're sick and tired. It's done, right? Again, 78 years old, probably got, one good ear. He's not playing around. So when he steps up to the mic about crypto and they start having summits and meetings, they're not playing around. I don't understand why anybody think they would be, right? If Trudeau's like he's trying to bury me, that's the negative stuff. What's he going to do on the positive stuff? I keep saying this. And the market goes up and then everybody gets disappointed because their bag didn't get mooned and algorithms sell on tariffs and then it goes back down. It's painful. I understand it. I understand it. I can tell you right now, I bought the high and I had to stop out because I was freaking out. So it went down, stopped out. Then it went down more. And I was like, okay, now we're going in. I can only tell you what I've done. That's it. Okay. Trump secured all this money and Apple is pulling out of India. Apple to shut down India factories by 2026. Yeah, because he's kidding about all this, right? March is set to be a big month for crypto. So March 6th, tokenized assets. March 7th, you have a summit. March 10th, Senate Banking Committee. March 21st, SEC. Now, I get it. This is all talk. It's all talk, right? But even though it's all talk, it's at least some talk. And they need to do it because of our $37 trillion in debt. That's it. And, Michael Saylor's pressing the issue. And it's obvious why they need to do it. See, that's the thing that people haven't talked about. Why do they need to do it? RFK was talking about Bitcoin backing treasuries than the dollar. Right now, they can't say that, but that's what they're thinking. That's why they're doing it. That's why they built the Sovereign Wealth Fund. We got to get this stuff coming in here by any means necessary. Start with the ETF if you have to. It's obvious, right? It's like, why have all these meetings? Why? So we can have a show and a giant sell the fact event and they can look stupid? I don't think so. They're doing it because they have to do it. And the reasons they have to do it, we don't have enough time to go through it. That's why I'm psych all in. All right. And if I'm wrong, I'll lose money. I can't tell you what to do. I can only tell you what I did. So Bitcoin is now lower than it was yesterday morning. Almost the entire pump is gone. Good. Good. All in. That's my attitude. Right. You won't have to make fun of me if I'm wrong because I'll experience the pain. Okay. Now get this. So the North Koreans have bridged all the ETH over to Bitcoin thanks to Thorchain and all these other groups. So I guess we know their protocols work. North Korea established a strategic Bitcoin reserve in 10 days. That's larger than most countries. Let that sink in. And then get this. They're being glorified for it. Guys, North Korea robbing Ethereum to bridge it to create the strategic Bitcoin reserve before the United States, maybe the most cyberpunk thing of 2025. Some people are going to meet SEAL Team 6 over this, I think. But they created a strategic Bitcoin reserve. So I guess if we're talking about it and not doing it, then the embarrassment is like exponentially higher because the North Koreans just did it at the expense of whoever was on Bybit. And I know that's unfortunate. And I know some levered player got liquidated but the exchanges took advantage of it. They probably made literally billions of dollars liquidating perpetual shorts and longs, only to drive spot lower, only to have crypto Twitter go 85% bearish. And then the actual reason for crypto eventually comes to the surface. So El Salvador bought 5 Bitcoin. They bought it all the way down in 2021. Now they're getting a dip. They're like, oh, wow, it's below 100. Let's add another one. We got 5. Make it 6. Sailor, if the U.S. takes a Bitcoin, if the U.S. gets 10% or 20% of the Bitcoin network, we're going to pay off the national debt. Okay, well, I don't know if that's true. And I just did a silly Twitter thing for engagement, talking about, how mutual, I didn't say this directly, but mutual fund and pension funds are long MicroStrategy paper or investments, and hedge funds are short MicroStrategy. And I put out a MicroStrategy bull post. And I had, frankly, one of the smartest people I know send me a really nasty Twitter message. He's smart as hell. And I'm glad he's thinking of me and Bill, like, Bill, don't go down this path with MicroStrategy. I'm like, okay. I mean, you are better off with Bitcoin than you are with MicroStrategy. I get it. But that's how aggressively the hedge funds are after this guy. And they're probably after crypto too. They want to destroy this thing. So, I mean, we took the punch with FTX. We're taking the punch now. Yen carry trade, stocks, the whole blah, 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 blah. Okay, fine. Right? It's like, do you believe in crypto? Why are you here? I always say these things. And I know people who watch the show have heard it. And if you're new, the simple fact of the matter is this market will test you. Bull markets don't let you in. So if you want to get in, you have to look at the scariest price action you can imagine. If you want to get in, everyone's like, I want 100X. I want a 10X. I want a 5X. I want to be one of the legends that hodl Bitcoin. Okay. We'll put that to the test, right? Everyone thinks it's easy. It's never easy. Everyone thinks bull markets are like a dream, like 2021. You just buy 10 coins and everything 10X is in and you dump it on somebody. That is not happening this year. And you know what? Our YouTube and Patreon members know this because we've been telling them this for 6 months or more. This is not like the other cycles. It's not. Matter of fact, you're having cycles within cycles and you have rallies and substantial retracements. Like, for example, I'll give you a free one. Toby talked about SUI. SUI is in the American-made crypto section. 62% off its high. Everyone loved it at $5. Now they hate it at $2. This is the new reality. This is it. This is what you have to deal with. And this is not the only 25% correction you're going to have to deal with. It's like a 25% correction, followed by a bounce, followed by a 25% correction. This is the new reality. And frankly, it's an old reality, right? I mean, basically, well, never mind. My partner says, Toby said, I know why people are getting hysterical. And she has an analogy that when you hear the analogy of why we're getting hysterical and what it seems like to her, then you won't be hysterical because it's sort of funny. Because every time the market moves like this, everyone loses their mind. I know their bags. I know the P&L. It's shocking. And you need to adjust your position size if you can't deal with the volatility. I understand that. Right. But dumping stuff down 20% that is good, even unless it affects your rent payment, frankly, is stupid. I think. Right. And everyone's worried about an everything crash. Okay. Everybody except Michael Saylor and North Korea. Right. Satoshi started a fire in cyberspace. While the fearful run from it and fools dance around it, the faithful feed the flame and dream of a world bathed in warm glow of cyber light. Sometimes Michael Saylor messes up on the front cover of magazines and takes the wrong picture, but that is exactly what you should be thinking about today. Why are you here? Why are we here? Why is he here? Because we need an alternative form of money. And if you want to turn Web 2 over to the Web 3, if you want to stay in Web 2 with these oligarchs in charge and you don't want Web 3, you're all in favor of Wall Street. Yeah, you love it. Okay, well, great. Me, if they're slamming this thing and they're crushing it, you got to take it from them. Yeah, just take it from them. MetaPlanet raises 12 billion yen. I got a great idea. Let's give you toilet paper currency. So we'll give you toilet paper and you give us Bitcoin. MicroStrategy is doing the same thing. You want preferred stock? Done. Right? Is it expensive? I don't know. Maybe. You want expensive stock? Done. You want preferred stock? Done. You got no way to get Bitcoin exposure against our paper, except our paper? Done. You want to loan me money? Done. We'll see where it is in 6 months. McAfee, I read the quote yesterday. Don't look at it every day. Just look at it every 2 to 3 months. You'll be happy. That was yesterday. McAfee's got a few things to say about what's been in the news about him. I have not released that yet. Riot mined 470 Bitcoin in February, and they're holding all of it. I love this facility. That could be in China. Now it's in Texas. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you look at this and like, this is what's happening with Bitcoin in the United States, right? And then the Orange Man steps up to the plate and provides tax incentives for these guys. No transaction tax on U.S. cryptos. I mean, again, people are acting like it's not happening because he didn't moon their bags in one day because they think it's 2020 and 2021, and it's not. And it's not. And this show, this brand, this premium products, the middle product, the high product, the free product, we've been telling you this, right? But again, it's irresistible. I get it. And those people who are going to puke this thing out, whether the low is today, the low is tomorrow, or whether the low is at zero, when they puke it all out, and then they look at it, and then it prints 200K, right? And it's like the glory days of crypto. You're going to be like, what was I doing when it was down? You know, people sold ETH when it was at 80, 2020, 2019. It went to 4,000. Ark Investment buys 8 million Coinbase shares, but ironically, they're selling the ETF to do it, Bitcoin ETF. Huh. But they're selling their own Bitcoin ETF because BlackRock owns it. So, okay. But, you know, they were selling Coinbase. Now they're buying it, right? PayPal's ultimate goal is to weave crypto and traditional payments. They know because if they stay in fiat, no one's going to care. Gen X wants crypto, right? Gen Z wants crypto, and Gen Alpha, I think after them, they're going to want it even more. Unpacking Trump's crypto reserve reveal. It's not just a reveal, it's the determination, right? It's like, we're doing this. That's it. And I can't believe that everyone is like fading this. Now, maybe levered players got liquidated. Maybe people sold the fact. I can't explain everything that the market does. But what I do know is the worse the price action is, the harder it is to buy it. If you're sitting there and you're in tears, and you may be, right? I got stopped out in this thing. I got killed. I know what's going on with our members. I'm not stupid. This is not the first disaster I've seen. At every disaster I've seen, it paid to have conviction. If you understand why you're here and you understand what you own and you take care of the rest of it with your accountant, I don't understand why you would fade this guy, which is why I did all that stuff about tariffs. Everyone is selling crypto on tariffs. That's not the right trade, in my opinion. Okay, so Trump speaks at first crypto conference as industry quarrels over policy. So as Brad Garlinghouse told you and we discussed yesterday, maximalism is the death of crypto. Everybody thinks it should be their coin that does whatever. Hopefully the czars and these guys can sort it out, that everybody gets a piece of the pie. Most likely Trump is going to step up to the mic and tell them just that. Shut your mouths and cooperate. Right? I mean, again, what do they expect? I mean, do they expect that he's going to like throw people out of his office and get after the Trudeau and all this stuff? And he's going to sit around and go, oh, yeah, maybe we'll do crypto. Oh, everyone should get along. What do you think he's going to say? Again, it's like people in crypto have taken the price action and detached themselves from reality and have embraced, I don't know, negativity. Like Gensler's gone. So now we're making up our own negativity. We're making it up on our own. It's the inbred kill switch. Okay. I mean, the big players are just taking everything. It's all of it. Like, give it to me. You guys don't want it? Okay. Ethereum and Solana in the strategic Bitcoin reserve rationale is unclear, says Bernstein. Okay, well, I don't know what the rationale for Solana is other than to save Solana from itself and pump.fun. You know, ETH hasn't done anything for 2 years. So, you know, buying ETH seems cheap. ETH does very well when gold and silver go up, the dollar goes down, and rates fall. That's the ideal environment for ETH. ETH is a form of money. No one thinks you can build anything on it. Excellent. Great. You were paid to sell ETH at 5,000 when ETH. Does anybody remember the flippening? Remember the flippening? That was like a 2021 thing where Bitcoin was considered a digital doorstop and ETH had functionality. So ETH was going to flip Bitcoin in market cap. Does anybody remember that? It's the flippening. We went from the flippening to ETH going to zero. selling ETH at $2,000 into the discount zone on 4-hour charts and daily charts. You got to be kidding me. It's like literally, it's like 2 ETH for the price of 1. It's a 2-for-1 special on ETH. And you got Bitcoin below 90. You got a 25% correction in Bitcoin. 25% correction and 85% correction in sentiment. Okay. And Twitter has wrapped this whole narrative around that. There's no narrative. It's a correction and people are selling and they're panicking. That's it. And when people sell and panic and don't realize why they're here and underestimate the people who like crypto, need crypto desperately. They desperately need it. You owe $37 trillion and you don't have a growth industry, you're dead. And they've got every distraction going on to distract you from that exact problem, right? I mean, why do you think he's making a deal with a major European nation that might have been what was our enemy in the past? Because he's got to get somebody buying our debt. He's got to get minerals from somebody. You know, if your enemy, you know, if you need to make friends with your enemy, then you just do it. Why is he doing it? That's why, right? The debt. The Treasury Secretary goes like, we need rates down. Rates are going down. We will put high-powered money in the system. Do you doubt these people? I mean, Grandma Janet Yellen did these things. You're going to doubt the Orange Man's team when they tell you that they want rates down? You think they're going to sit here and watch and everything crash? This is what the hedge funds think. The hedge funds like, yeah, you know, I'm right about this. Okay, they might be right. Okay. We'll see you in 4 days. We'll see you in a couple days, right? You want to fight the Treasury? You want to fight the Orange Man's people? Okay. Right? Everybody knows better. Really. Everybody knows better. And I want to listen to Michael Saylor. That's what I'm doing. I can only tell you what I'm doing. Me and Toby. Grayscale pursues 6th altcoin ETF, right? They just keep building, right? When the general public figures this out, when the general public gets disgusted with NVIDIA and all this fake BS that they got going on over there, selling chips through Singapore, right? Their accounting, Microsoft. Anybody seen that chart? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, those are the guys we want running everything. Yeah, okay. Experts predict more altcoins could be added into crypto reserve. No, that's not it. Experts should be predicting that the U.S. government wants Web3. They want it all made in the USA. He said that 2 days ago, and everyone's like, oh, it's not my bags. Sell. Okay. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll see. This is what makes a market. Bulls, bears. Bill and Toby, 85% of crypto Twitter selling. Fine. Right? We'll see. And if you want to have a laugh, we'll have the laugh at Bill and Toby stream. Fine. Meanwhile, YouTube member area, we told people, we're telling people right here on the market update. It's not like we're lying. It's not like we're hiding. This is the information that's in the market, and this is our view. Period. It's like what Goldman would do. Really. They would say, look, this is what's going on in the market, and this is our view. I don't think anybody ever got in trouble for not having a view. If you have a view and don't implement it and make money on your view, if you're right, that's the cardinal sin. And that's why we just went ESPN poker on the coins that we went in on. Because if you have a view and we're telling you and we're telling the member area and we're telling Patreon, this is what we think, then we're just, well, we're in. And if they take us out, they take us out. Or if we take them out, right? Our attitude is we'll see you at 200K. That's our attitude. That's what's in the GAN roadmap. Toby takes care of the more specific stuff, reading the GAN and the tea leaves like tactical near term. SEC task force to host roundtable on crypto security status. You think they're going after the North Koreans? Or any of the BS on pump.fun? The primary job of government is to protect the people. Sounds good to me. Bitcoin no longer a safe haven. Oh my God, get out. Sell at 82. Hurry. It's going to 60. Get out. They're all down there waiting for you. They're waiting for you down there. They're waiting for you at 70. They're waiting for you at 80. They're waiting for you at 60. They're just waiting for you. Right? Because we need an alternative form of money. I mean, what are we saying? Get out of Bitcoin and get into what? The yen? The euro? Sterling? You can't watch Netflix. You need a 170 sterling license. You need an antivirus private eSIM card for data to watch TV. Or the cops will come visit you. You got thought crime north of the border, right? Somebody was selling antivirus at 6 cents today, 5 cents. It's incredible. Like people just like packing it in. Like the red candles and everyone just like, and I understand this, right? Their vision, right, narrows and they can't see anything. They can't see Bitcoin. They can't see Janice McAfee. They can't see like meme coins with utility. They can't see John McAfee as an AI agent. They can't see Ethereum. They can't see XRP, which was dormant for 6 years. 6 years, right? 6 years. And now we're going to pack it in and give up. There's no way, man. There's absolutely no way. IMF bans public sector Bitcoin accumulation in El Salvador. What? I mean, the IMF doesn't want people in Bitcoin? Well, of course they don't. Because these organizations, how they feel about human freedom perhaps is questionable. Okay, the American Securities Enforcement Division drops their lawsuit against the Canadian crypto exchange. So we're after the Canadians in one sense, but we want the Canadians to be free. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like my Canadians patriotic, tough, right? I know they're mad. I feel sorry for them. I do. I mean, it's not like we got anything personal against the Canadians. It's just Trudeau and what he's allowed to come over the damn border. Like, if we, as the American people, want something to happen, want to go to the moon, want to land in Normandy, want digital assets, want you to stop doing something, we will make you stop doing it. That's what you're being told. Now, you don't have to like that, but that's what's happening. The market is making up a narrative, and it's not paying attention to what is actually happening. Why is the crypto market down today? I don't know. There we go. It's down 8%. Bitcoin leads to crypto market drop amid trade war escalation. Trade war has nothing to do with it. Trade war might be negative for stocks. It's probably negative for economic growth, but that brings rates down eventually. And no tariff lasts forever. That's insane. And even if it does, again, governments screw up the economy. What do? Buy more stuff connected to the government, buy treasuries, buy fiat, buy stonks. What? Right? Where does investment capital go? South of the border billionaire puts 70% of his money in Bitcoin. Him and unhinged crypto, right? Bitcoin mining economics weakened in February, says JP Morgan. Thank you for letting us know that, I don't know. Not every Bitcoin miner is going to make it, but their stocks reflect it, right? So if there is not a stock market debacle, you have to take a look at crypto equities. I think, right? Like if they can't crush MicroStrategy, I don't think they're going to crush Bitcoin miners. And this is a reminder of something I said last year. The only way to get massive amounts of Bitcoin could be to take over a miner. U.S. government may call somebody and be like, hey, how much for this whole place? I don't know why people don't understand that. It's probably because they're focused on spreadsheets, metrics. Analysts got to write reports. I understand that. I got to talk every day. They got to write reports. They got to cover the companies. I understand. But at the end of the day, where are they going to get all this Bitcoin from? Right? Because everybody needs an alternative to fiat. It's obvious. And the more governments intervene in the economy and screw things up and the higher debt level go, I mean, Ray Dalio talks about it all the time. We're headed for a debt problem. We're headed for a debt problem. We're headed for a debt problem. I mean, every 3 years, he's like, yeah, it's going to be a disaster at any moment. He writes this huge book, this thick, not one sentence about Bitcoin. Tom Lee predicts 150K. There's only one guy on the tape talking about 150K. Tom Lee's done this before. God bless him. Bitcoin futures drop. They fill a gap. Gaps get filled. You gap up over a weekend. You come back and fill the gap. What's the problem? Gaps get filled. They fill the gap. Kind of bold, kind of brave, kind of crazy, but that's it. You want the TA on the market? A gap got filled. That's it. Gaps get filled. One of the guys that taught me about TA just looked at me and goes, gaps get filled. Another guy said, buy breakouts. 70% of stolen funds still traceable. It's watching the North Koreans make us all look like idiots. Bitcoin price. Oh my God, NASDAQ double top. Yeah, NASDAQ's a problem. Yeah, NASDAQ's a double top. Yeah, the whole AI trade is like fake and overrated. You want to do the AI trade? It's Bitcoin. I get that from some thought leader. You want to do the AI trade? It's Bitcoin. You got momentum unwinds? It's Bitcoin. XRP hitting $5 gets millions in bets, but there is a catch. So everyone betting on $5 in XRP. XRP strategic reserve makes sense because tokenized gold, Ripple stablecoin. This is obviously a pro XRP person. You know, no taxpayer dollars only. Okay. In Brad, we trust. Some people love Brad, some people don't. Bottom line is, there's a company behind XRP that used to be a negative. Now they got to grow it. The best argument for XRP is that they got a company where they can hire people because that's what he wants. He wants growth. Okay, Brad going to the crypto summit. Good for XRP. Along with a whole host of other people. I see Omni, Chainlink, MicroStrategy, Multicoin. Those are the Solana guys. Big players, huge. Filecoin, they're into Filecoin, the Graph, all American-made cryptos. Stablecoins on the rise with 220 billion in value circulating over there. 5 steps to unlocking stablecoin adoption from XRP. Right, and there was some Brad Garlinghouse FUD in here somewhere, and I lost it. Somebody was like FUDding Brad Garlinghouse. Good luck with that. And this is a cartoon of Toby Ward. Get ready for my show. We were live all day today for our members and you. Make sure you follow the Solana Psychic at Toby Ward on Twitter. You'll be happy you did. Okay. Let's go to TA. It's like not even playing around. Oh, look at this. XRP up 2%. Nobody wanted to sell XRP into the discount zone, huh? Imagine that. Right? Oh, actually, it wasn't the discount zone on the 4-hour chart. It was a support point that LuxAlgo put in. Oh, my God. Don't buy the premium zone. Buy the discount zone. Buy support. Member question. Have to drop in. How low does BTC have to drop in order for the bear market to begin? What's the LuxAlgo retracement in Bitcoin? Oh, that's a good question. Okay. So on the 4-hour chart, you would get worried if Bitcoin took out 78. That's where the discount zone is on the 4-hour chart. Okay. Now on Bitcoin, the discount zone is very far away. Not going to lie. I think if you took out 78, you would have to be worried that the whole ecosystem is coming unglued. That's equilibrium, right? I guess you would have a bear market if Bitcoin went all the way down to the discount zone at 50. Bitcoin might bounce from there, but that damage would be, you'd have to recover from that if you had that kind of crash, especially since Michael Saylor's average price is 66. So you'd have a bear market if Bitcoin went down to 50. That's my guess. Okay. I'm not seeing that, right? I'm looking at the tactical charts. Here is the 13 bottom in Solana. Here is, okay, what is the LuxAlgo retracement? All right, let's do the retracement on Bitcoin. So I think the way that you have the 200-day moving average here. And I think if I did retracements, it's not necessarily LuxAlgo, but the 38% retracement in Bitcoin is 88. And I don't think it's unreasonable. I don't. Okay. If you go to the 4-hour chart, okay, the discount zone in Bitcoin, like I said, if you're asking about where the retracement is, meaning where's the support, it's basically at 79. That's my best answer to your question. Right? This feels like a giant stop fishing exercise, like a big one. Right? ETH versus Bitcoin. Oh, look at this. ETH. We got to look at this. I don't know if I took it off the screen. Oh, yeah, no, I didn't. 13 bottom in ETH versus Bitcoin on the daily chart. ETH underperformance is breathtaking. Everyone thinks it's not going to happen. Everybody thinks it's dead. How could it be dead if rates are going lower and metals are going higher? And you know, the orange man is a big ETH guy. It's incredible. Like they've just literally left it for dead. Now, I mean, there was no point in talking about ETH when the whole meme thing was hot on Solana. But now that whole thing has gotten smoked, and the thing that's funny is off the lows, that was the first thing that they went through. The trash rallies first, but I think they may have learned their lesson. You know, antivirus held up pretty good. Why is everyone selling ETH? Why is everyone selling Cardano? Somebody explain this to me. Like, if you want to look at Cardano on LuxAlgo, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable that, I mean, it's good. But I mean, on the 4-hour chart, they sold it right into support. LuxAlgo put a shelf underneath Cardano. They took it straight down to the shelf, got bearish, and boom. Breaking news from the Eagle King, the best producer in the history of YouTube. BlackRock CEO Larry Fink says investors should buy if there's a big dip, which means he's already got all your crypto, and now he's bull posting it. I don't know how many times we're going to fall for this. Unhinged crypto is not falling for it. No, we're not doing it. Like, you know what? We're going to trade with the big fish. It's not an altruistic organization, but they understand they need an alternative to the dollar. Or they just want to control it as much as they can. I don't know. I don't care. These big players want it. They wanted Cardano down here. I have no idea what everyone's doing down here. They want it made in America. It's that simple. It's that simple. I mean, let's go to Bitcoin Tactical. I don't know. How long can I talk today? We did the YouTube member stream where we just set people straight. And 20 minutes after we set everyone straight, the market's going straight up. I mean, literally, seriously, all we can do in this environment is be there for our customers. All I can do is be here for you. That's what I can do. That's what we do. That's what we do here. Right? I don't know. They do other things on YouTube. You know, I've seen some crazy stuff about John McAfee. Thank you for promoting our coin. Thank you for promoting the narrative that we want to push forward. Okay. 9 bottom on a 90-minute chart of Cardano. Boom. I don't know. Let's look at Bitcoin on a 4-hour DeMark chart. I don't know. What do we got? I don't know what we got. Looks like we got a range between 83 and 96, right? Back and forth. I don't know. What's the 90-minute chart look like? I do 89 minutes. Sometimes just look at it. Nothing here. Let's look at a 90-minute chart of ETH. Oh, look at this. Here's the daily chart of ETH. Oh my God. Look at this. 13 bottom. Do you think it's confirmed? And then they just waste it. I mean, you talking about bull markets not letting you in. I mean, that's just right. You got A, B, C, 5-wave bottom, right on support. It's like, this is the 13 bottom and this is the blow off bottom level. And they went down there twice. They had to go check to make sure you still liked ETH at 1997. God. No one's ever going to build anything on ETH. Really? You think so? And ETH is not a good form of money when the Secretary of the Treasury says we want rates lower. Okay, Arrow. Okay, if you're upset about Arrow, I don't blame you. Arrow is wild. So here's Arrow on LuxAlgo. Let's go to the daily chart because I think I know what I'm going to see. And it went to the discount zone. It went deep into the discount zone. Right? And just total give up. I mean, I cannot tell you to sell Arrow into the discount zone for 2 reasons. One, it's investment advice, and only you know whether or not you need to tax loss sell this. But why would you give up on a base DEX at the discount zone? Unless you were doing a tax loss thing. Right? Forget about it. Wants to get after it. Let's get after it, man. Let's get after it. I mean, why are we here? Avalanche on the daily chart at the discount zone. I mean, so brutal. So brutal. Right? Brutal. I get it. I get it. It's difficult, but they took it down to the discount zone. Period. End of story. They took it down to the discount zone. And I don't know if I have to say anything else, because you know what? When they took it up to the premium zone, you should have gotten out, right? You should have gotten out up here, right? This was 2024 December. You know, I don't know. March 2025, everyone in, everyone out. And the orange man about to hit the tape. They took the whole and was like, oh, wow, stocks. Dude, it's already happening crypto. We've already been dealing with this. Bubba Smith says the U.S. has been the world's bully since the end of World War II. That may be true. That may be. Like, we have behaved badly in many instances, and hopefully the orange man is trying to unwind some of that. But when this guy says he means business, he's doing it, man. He's doing it. And hopefully some of the stuff that he does unwinds some of the nonsense. I don't know if he's going to be successful. But I'm not betting against digital assets, because I'm not here for digital assets, because I think the government needs to moon my bags. I think the government needs digital assets because paper currencies are trash and they're in trouble. They're in trouble, right? They got to ask themselves, hey, do we want to continue to do this? Okay. So I told you what I did. I told you about the YouTube member area. I know your coins are down 20% today and you're upset, and I empathize. I do. Crashes are horrible. This market is horrible, which is why we have a sanity check in the YouTube member area. Patreon, 6th Street Crypto, the roadmap based on eclipses. People say there's no way to get this right. There's only no way to get this right is if you don't understand why we're in crypto and digital assets to begin with. We're not here to have somebody else pump our bags. They've already pumped our bags with $37 trillion in debt. State of the Union tonight. We'll be live if we have to. We'll be back tomorrow. We will never stop. Check out the short videos. We got everything. You need something, make a comment. The Eagle King will find it. We'll take care of you. Oh, Moonwell. All right. Let's not forget Moonwell. Member request. We love our members. So on a 4-hour chart, like deep into the discount zone. Deep into the discount zone. Deep into the discount zone with a 5-wave and a blow off top. I mean, the only person who wants you to get rid of Moonwell right now is your accountant. That's it. Right? All right. I gave you everything I had today. We will see you tomorrow.